Hello and welcome to the RNOH Awards 2026. I'm Macie Lewis and I'm joined by this year's celebrity host. We have presenter, voiceover artist, comedian and Spurs fan, Gavin Inskip. How are you today?
Well, with the latter, not great. That's probably the worst bit of it, the Spurs fan. Hello, very well.
Lovely. And let's take it way back. You joined your local theatre at age 12. I've got the receipts. What made you go into theatre?
Wow, have you been stalking me outside my window? It's very impressive, you know that. Yeah. It was actually so I've got a brother and sister, and it was actually my brother that always wanted to join a local drama club. And happened in the cul-de-sac where we lived, the lady there and her husband, like, were chairman and secretary or something of the local amateur dramatic group. So it was actually my brother. So us three went along, and then it wasn't for him. And then I stayed and made lifelong friends, godfather to children from my best friends there. And yeah, it all from that, really.
I was going to say, how has theatre affected your life? But it seems like it's taken you all the way.
Yeah, it's really weird. So, like, obviously, I don't work in the theatre, and obviously, I do a lot of like presenting on stage and stuff like that. But I did a show with a friend at the Palladium in January, and I ended up backstage calling some bits and all that, and it really took me back to my local theatre days. And it was just like, oh wow, from sort of like Broxbourne Civic Hall to London Palladium, and all the stages are the same backstage. So yeah, it's really weird in your career how little things that you did when you're younger that you pick up on.
It's like a full circle moment. So what was it like being at the London Palladium?
Yeah, well, obviously it's a place that's just like littered with history and legends who grace the stage. So you really feel that when you're on that stage. And yeah, it's just one of those great places. Oh, hello. It's one of those great places that we've got in our country where, like, in entertainment, which has got loads of history attached to it.
No, it definitely does. And do you have a favourite play? And if so, what character would you want to be in that play?
Oh, God. My favourite musical is Blood Brothers. It was the first ever thing I saw at the theatre on a school trip. So that may be why it's my favourite, but it's got a really good story as well. Don't think I'd be very good in it because it's set in Liverpool and my Scouse accent is borderline offensive. So I will probably say, because my favourite film is Back to the Future, I'd like to be Marty McFly in that Back to the Future musical. I can't sing, I can't dance, and I'm too old. Apart from that, like,
I mean, apart from that, it's
shoe
full
fit,
package.
yeah,
You got it all sorted.
amazing shoeing to get there.
So aside from theatre, you also do presenting. You've done work on Britain's Got Talent and radio gigs like Capital. What is the best part about presenting?
The best part about presenting is the fact that whatever you're doing, it's always very different. If you enjoy chatting to people, which I do, it's literally like that, but you're paid to do it and it's part of your job. And it's part of something where, like, you're working in a team, but you're the person sort of like delivering what everyone wants. So it's quite scary as well because it's quite a trusted position to be in. But I like the variety of it, I'd say, more than anything.
So out of all the variety, what would you say is the best part, like your favourite bit?
Oh, wow. My favourite bit of doing it. Oh, God. I'm getting old now, so getting home and getting to bed, finishing it is probably... but no, the best bit really is there are so many nice people who work in the industry. And because no one has any, or it's very rare to have like a proper job, lots of people move around a lot. So it's really nice that although people are working on different shows or different projects, that you're always with someone you kind of know, and it's like, oh, I've not seen you for ages, and that kind of thing. So it's a bit of a like little social circle that goes around the industry.
That's nice, like a little presenting family you've got there.
Yeah, and obviously all the crew as well. So like, you know, floor managers, camera crew, sound, and all that sort of stuff. That's what's nice.
That's really cool. But every year since 2012, you've hosted the Toy Fair. What is it like to do this, and can you tell us more about the Toy Fair?
So yeah, when you do this job, you get a lot of corporate gigs, which can be like presenting at trade shows, and there are some like everyday ones, shall we say, like ingredients of food or marketing or like companies that make pot rivets or something like that. So with Toy Fair, that is the UK's toy industry. So all of the manufacturers, distributors are in there, and they invite all the buyers. So as a trade show goes, as I said, where it could have been like a building one or something like that, where it's people walking around looking at screws, toys is obviously pretty cool. So you get to do that for like 3 days in Olympia, and it is amazing, but it is a lot, not because it's an amazing thing to do. But if you think it's all like amazing and great and aren't you lucky, you would not believe the amount of steps that you put in over a day. I had very bad blisters this year of just stupidly. I've done it so long I should remember. But with your shoes and all that, you pick up some mileage. It's a lot of energy it requires.
But they say you have to get 10k steps a day now. So it could be worth it.
Yeah, you smash that easily. You'd like do double that all around Olympia, back forward.
It's like the best form of exercise.
It is. But it's great because you get to see basically get to play with toys for like 3 days. It's amazing.
That's so fun. So what's the coolest toy that you've seen?
So what's weird is they sort of like go in themes throughout the year. So every year is different and there's all different themes. So what's big this year is like collectibles and things like that. And then there was a period where there was like AI stuff and all that. But I saw something this year, was it last year or whatever, which was like a wooden chessboard like in Harry Potter, but it moves everything itself. So you move your piece, but you're actually playing a computer and it will move like in Harry Potter, the chess pieces for you. So that was pretty cool. So I like finding like gadgets and games and stuff.
That's really cool. It's like playing chess with yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I was terrible as well.
So if you could have one of your childhood toys with you right now, what would you bring back?
Oh, very good. There used to be something called Big Tracks. Oh my God, I'm showing my age. Maybe I should be a little cooler. What, Beyblade, yeah. No. Big Tracks, which was this huge like trailer thing, which I was never allowed as a kid for some reason. So I bought one as an adult. But I've still got it in. I've just remembered, I've still got it in a cupboard in my front room, which I've never opened. So that was my toy I wanted because I was never allowed it.
I feel like tonight you'll probably open up that cupboard and find that toy again now that I've reminded you.
Yeah, and then it'll probably I'll probably think, well, have I got this? I'm not using it for 10 years and it'll end up on eBay.
Most likely, it's going to be the case. Speaking of childhood, Cocoa Pops was always on my breakfast dish. And I found out that you are the voice of Cocoa Pops, the Coco the monkey. Can you do an impression for us?
Oh, God, it's really high. It's kind of like... the other day I was relaxing by the river and Croc zoomed past and nabbed my brand new Cocoa Pops. So it's quite... you have to get quite high and excited, yeah.
That was absolutely brilliant. I might have to soundbite that one.
It's my favourite job of for my friends to tell people that I do. When in essence, it's probably an hour a year, if that's it when you do it. But yeah, it's a little cool claim to fame. But
that's really cool. Yeah. Is there any other voices that you've done, like voiceover work?
Well, like I did loads of TV continuity announcer stuff. So like I would have been the person you would have heard on BBC Three or ITV2, like introducing the programme. So although they were, and I also did Channel 5 and other channels and that, but although like I did bigger channels, it's really weird. It was like the BBC Three stuff and ITV2, because it's probably more people of our age like would hear it and watching late at night. And that was cool to be like what you do, being a DJ, but basically on telly.
That's really cool. TV is so cool. But what has surprised you most in your career?
Oh, blimey. What has surprised me most in my career? I suppose what's happening at the moment, really, because TV, radio, when like I got into it, no one could ever predict what was going to happen, which is now. The sad thing is, if you very attached to the traditional way of broadcasting is, it's going really, especially with TV and radio consolidating different stations. But the good thing is, content is still being made. In fact, I'd argue there's more content than ever, but there's just a different way that it gets distributed. So that has what surprised me, because basically no one could predict it was going to happen.
It's so different now with social media and content creators. Yep. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm too old to understand it. That's basically it, really, and I don't understand, but I do know. So when I was a kid, I made films on video cameras and edited on VHS and stuff like that. So if I was that age now with everything, I would be absolutely loving it and would be like knee deep in editing and content creating and doing stuff online. But I don't understand how it all works like this. I do know. But apparently I've got a TikTok. I have got a TikTok account, which I don't really use. But my goddaughter, I didn't realise, we do dance routines. We're on holiday, and I only found out the other month that she's been posting them all. So apparently I'm on TikTok with like dance routines, which I thought she was just doing just to do it and record it. So yeah.
Well, I'm right now sat with a TikTok star over here.
Unintentional one, yeah.
Well, tonight we are all gathering together to celebrate the staff of the RNOH. And I'd like to know, why did you decide to join us tonight and celebrate and host?
So my mum's been under what we call Stanmore, which a lot of people do, but obviously it's RNOH, for quite a while, on and off, like with the hips and things like that. And then last year she was back under Stanmore with something different, with a bad back and that. And she's been in and out of hospitals a lot. And it's when you actually come to Stanmore, you realise how different it is from other hospitals and how amazing all the staff are, and how friendly they are, and just everyone's brilliant. So through that I ended up chatting to Rosie from the charity side, and yeah, just to sort of like say thanks for that. And my nephew, who is 13 at the moment, but when he becomes 18 he's under GOSH, but he will then come under Stanmore for things to do with his back and spine and stuff. So yeah, it just seems a nice way to thank the hospital for everything they do for my family.
That's really beautiful. And do you have a message for the staff tonight?
Yeah, don't get too drunk, because you might have to work tomorrow. And I apologise for my mother for the times that she's been in, and for any few. And obviously, as I get older and things like creak and stuff like that, if you're a young member of staff, in about 10 to 20 years, please look after me. Thanks.
And what makes the RNOH stand out? What makes them different from every other hospital?
I think, and I know this from talking to people in the health industry, to do with knees, legs, backs, things that bend, that like it's actually known throughout the world for it's like as a centre of excellence, not just the country, but the whole world. And people will come from anywhere in the globe to come and train here, and it's got a lot of respect. So it's really weird how a little town in North London, Stanmore, Northwest London, is renowned throughout the world for its orthopaedic stuff.
They truly are amazing. And you also do amazing things by hosting Gav Quiz. Now, will you be bringing this to the staff tonight? Will we get a little quiz from you?
No, I'm up for doing it in the future, but it requires like a little bit of setup how we do it, because we do it with like iPads and stuff like that. It's a special way of doing it. But you'll have to talk to Rosie about that. We have discussed possibly maybe in the future doing something. But yeah, we shall see.
Sign me up. I want to be there for that one. What is the funniest quiz story that you have?
Oh God, the funniest quiz story. Oh God, that's a really good question. Put me on the spot. There's not many. I'll tell you what you do get so if you do come to one that where people say, so when you're hosting a quiz, you always get people come and say the same things to you, like, oh, have you got the answers there? Or literally, or they will do like Quizzy Rascal as a really creative team name or stuff like that. So I'd probably say, I like to twist your question around a bit. They're things that people think are funny, but I'll be honest, they're not. So like if I end up doing a quiz for you, don't go, oh, have you got the answers? Or don't do Quizzy Rascal, Quiz Team Agrilera, just try and be a bit more creative.
Noted. Right, what's the coolest quiz name you've heard then?
I cannot say it on this broadcast. Yeah.
Never mind. Right, moving on from that. To finish off, I want to test you. We're now doing Mace quiz, not Gav quiz.
Okay, I like this.
Roles reversed.
Sitting down.
Here is a quiz question for you.
Yeah.
What year was the NHS first established in?
I know this because I did was it the 75th or 60th anniversary for it during lockdown in 2021. So I've got to do some maths. I think it was the 70th. So from some maths, was it 1951?
Do you want to try again?
It was the 40s, wasn't it? It was formed after, so I think I did the 70th. So it's for an NHS trust up in Manchester, a big one. So I think it was the 75th anniversary, and now I know it's the 40s. So if I do my maths backwards, was it 1946?
One more try for me. It's so close.
7? No, it can't be. When did I do it? No, I did it in 2021. 1947?
Go a little bit higher for me.
1948?
And you got it correct. So you have a winner of Mace quiz.
Right, I need to have a little look up what year I did that quiz for Manchester. This is what I find out is probably wasn't it was. So there was a big anniversary. Did you guys do anything for it? I think in 2021, 2022, there was some big NHS anniversary. Maybe I'm just blaming lockdown. I can't remember because I've mainly had a bottle of wine every night in lockdown. So yeah, memory's a bit fuzzy.
It's okay. You got there in the end.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming to speak to us.
I've forgotten what year was it again? I've forgotten
1948.
already. 1948. Okay, what a year. Massive.
So thank you for coming to speak to us. I'm looking forward to hearing you present later on.
Okay, lower expectations.
We're looking forward to it and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you very much.
You.
Cheers.